Back on home turf after a short trip to Vietnam, and it's time to get back to work after the Sydney Marathon. 33 days to go until the Melbourne Half Marathon. For those of you who follow me on Strava, you know exactly what happened at the Melbourne Half Marathon. For those who don't, you'll have to watch the rest of this video to find out what went down in Melbourne. So let's whiz through the next 30 odd days of running and get down to Melbourne. The legs were totally fried after the marathon. It took about 4 or 5 days for the soreness to disappear, and as a result I only did 2 runs in Vietnam just to shake out the legs, get moving again, short runs, but they are feeling a lot better now, which is 9 days since the Sydney Marathon. So I'm just going to do a little session tonight to wake up the legs. I spent basically the last day and a half on planes travelling back from Vietnam. All I'm looking for is just to turn the legs over with a little bit more pace than what I have done those couple of runs over in Vietnam. You can probably hear it, guys. It's very windy. Back into the headwind now. All right, 3 minutes. I'm losing light, guys. Might be too much more filming. Alright, 2 weeks since the Sydney Marathon. Doing a bit of a long run quicker today, I suppose. 14k, being fueled by Nectar Sport today. Shout out to Joe for hitting me up with some free samples from Nectar Sport. They are raw honey gels. Today I've got the 100% raw honey, 24.5 grams of carbohydrates. This is a reasonably new company on the scene, producing some energy gels. I think they're out of Bondi in Sydney, so going to try this for the first time today. There are another 2 that I do have. There's a caffeinated one, and then there's also another carbohydrate one as well. Raw honey today, 100%. Let's give it a whirl. Oh, it's definitely honey. A little bit thicker than probably what I do like with my gels, but it's tasty. Do need to probably have a drink when you take it. But we'll see how that sits on the stomach for the rest of the run. Another cracking sunrise this morning. Beautiful morning. I've got a very tight left calf. It's feeling a little bit uncomfortable. Ooh, this one's a little bit sour with the lemon in it. So we've got 100% raw honey, some lemon, and 100 milligrams of caffeine, 23.4 grams of carbohydrate. Ooh. It's not bad, a little bit sour. Been using these for the last few weeks, and after I sent that trial pack, they're a little bit thicker than some of the gels that I do like, but it doesn't leave an aftertaste, which I'm quite surprised with the honey. I've been taking them with some water, and yeah, the taste disappears after a very short time. But yeah, I found them quite easy to digest, easy on the stomach. Lads, you've done a really great job with these Nectar Sport gels, and good luck with them. Almost done. Cool down to go. Whew, 18k in the bag. Broken up into some run walk segments. The calf did loosen up a little bit, but it was still just enough to be a nuisance, a little bit uncomfortable. So I'm going to have to hit the foam roller, get the massage gun into it. Oh, a lovely morning. Yeah, man, it is a toasty one this morning. Already 27 degrees. Heading for 35 today. It's a little bit after 9 AM and I'm about to go and do a shortish run, 8 kilometres, but it's going to be super easy because it is very warm. But coming into summer, just got to get used to it. My Garmin is telling me to run at 5:40 per kilometre pace. I think that's quite sensible today. It's 10 days until the Melbourne Half Marathon, and I am still undecided how I'm going to attack race day. Whew. Halfway through my run, and I am very thankful for a little bit of breeze and the slower pace. It's pretty warm. Got to turn around and go back now with the wind, so I think it's going to get even a little bit warmer. Yeah, I'm still undecided about Melbourne Half Marathon, what I'm going to do, because I came back from Vietnam after we had a week there after running the Sydney Marathon. My initial thoughts were that I would try and run the whole way at the Half Marathon in Melbourne, see if I could probably hold a 5-minute kilometre average pace, 1:45. It's pretty much what Garmin and Strava is telling me that I can do at the moment. But as I've sort of the weeks have gone on since then, that was what, 4 or 5 weeks ago now, just been in two minds whether I would do that or whether I'd go back to the run walk strategy that I used for the Sydney Marathon. And last week you saw that I used that run walk strategy for my long run, but I'm still none the wiser. 10 days out, I have no idea what I'm going to do on race day. Ideally, I'd like to put some sort of plan in place so that, you know, I know what I'm going to be doing on race day. The weather's looking like it might be a little bit ordinary. I know, probably a bit early to tell, being Melbourne weather, you know, can change with the flick of a switch, but at the moment it's looking like it might be a bit wet on race day, so they might determine what I do too. Yeah, look, the body is feeling okay. Obviously I'm starting to struggle a little bit now with this hotter weather, but that's just going to be the norm for the next 6 months. I'm surprised that my knee has felt better since the Sydney Marathon. I don't know why that is the case, but look, don't get me wrong, it's still there, it's still uncomfortable, but it's nowhere near as bad as it was leading into the Sydney Marathon. Maybe it's because I'm doing less Ks now. I'm only doing about 55-ish Ks over the last 3 or 4 weeks, so that might have something to do with it. But I am still dealing with that little bit of an Achilles and calf issue. It's still very tight, and there's still a little bit of swelling there, which has me a little bit concerned. So I might have to reevaluate what I'm doing after the Melbourne Half Marathon and see what I do for the rest of the year. All right, I'm going to finish this run off, go and get another drink, and then head back to the car. Whew. Easy pace, but that's very warm. All right, 45 minutes into my long run, 1 week out from the Melbourne Half Marathon, and I've pulled up sore. I've got a very angry left calf. It just hasn't loosened up at all this week. It felt okay yesterday at Park Run, but just in the sort of the last probably, I don't know, a couple hundred meters, it just started to tighten up, and today it's just got progressively worse as I've gone on in this run. So the best thing to do is pull the pin. Hopefully it'll come right and I'll be able to take my place in the Melbourne Half Marathon, but at the moment it's very angry, very tight. It's right in the stomach or the pit of the calf, and it's just a little bit uncomfortable, and I'm just don't feel like I've got any power in that leg at the moment because of it. So best thing to do, pull the pin, go home, get some ice on it, get on the foam roller, hit it with the massage gun, and yeah, it could be a very easy week leading into the Melbourne Half Marathon. Okay, quick update on the calf, guys. It's now Wednesday. I haven't run since Sunday. I've been pretty active on the calf since I abandoned that long run on Sunday. I came home, I mowed the lawn, and on Monday I was up and down a ladder doing a little bit of painting. So I've been pretty active on it. It's still feeling reasonably tight, unfortunately. I've been working overtime with the foam roller, massage gun. Sunday afternoon I had a massage with Trish. She really gave the calf a good working over. I've got wimpy calves at the best of times. It was no worse than what it normally is when I get a massage. You know, she poked and prodded around in there and there was no sort of severe pain or anything like that, so I'm pretty confident that there's not a tear. It's just really tight and it's taking a lot to try and loosen that muscle up. I've started doing a little bit of stretching now and a little bit of calf raises, but yeah, I'm running out of time. There's only a few days now until the Melbourne Half Marathon, and I'd have to say at this stage I'm probably maybe 40-60 that I won't get to the start line. But I'm not going to make a final decision until I run Park Run on Saturday. I'm going to do the Parkville Park Run in Melbourne, and that'll be D-Day. I'll make a final decision then after taking part in that Park Run, whether I'll be there on the start line for the Melbourne Half Marathon on Sunday, which is what, 4 days from now. A little bit disappointing that this has flared up, but I think it's just a carryover from Sydney, and I'm just me being a little bit slack with the maintenance after the Sydney Marathon. So just got to take the good with the bad, and if I'm not there on the start line on Sunday, so be it. We'll rehab and we'll go again for the next event. Hi guys, I've got some sad news that I need to share with you. A good friend of mine, in fact not only a good friend of mine and a great supporter here on the channel, but a good friend and a great supporter to many people on this platform, Bartek Zelensky, unfortunately passed away after an 18-month battle with illness about 2 weeks before the Melbourne Marathon Festival. Very sad day. Bartek was one of the most kind and genuine people you could ever meet. I had the privilege of meeting him a couple of years ago down at the Albert Park Run on one of our many visits to Melbourne, and he came across as such a genuine, happy-go-lucky guy, even though he was battling this illness. He was one of the OG's subscribers to the channel. He'd been here almost since I began back in 2019. He always commented on videos. He was always giving me recommendations for running podcasts to listen to. He loved music. He always posted on his Strava the music or the album cover that he was listening to. And yeah, it was came as a real shock when I found out the news that he had passed away. So I just want to take a moment to remember Bartek here, and also to offer my condolences to family and friends. It's a great loss. He loved his running, he loved his family too, and it's yeah, it's a sad day, very sad day. Good morning everyone. It's a little bit before 7 a.m. Saturday morning. We're just walking through Chinatown here in Melbourne. Today is D-Day. Find out if this calf is going to stand up, let me run tomorrow at the half marathon, but I'm not very confident. Ran across an intersection last night, so we're heading back to the hotel room, and pretty much straight away I felt the calf. I'm not going to do anything stupid. If it's not fueling 100% this morning, then I won't be continuing on. We're pulling the pin on the half marathon tomorrow. Let this noisy vehicle go. We're just making our way, like I said, through Chinatown down to catch the tram to take us out to Parkville Park Run at Carlton. It's about a 15-20 minute tram ride, so I'll see you when we get to Park Run. Yes, we are. Hey, mate. Yes, we are. All right, we're at 2.6k in. Just starting to get lapped by the faster runners. So many people here today. Parkville Park Run. Obviously using it for a shakeout run for tomorrow at Melbourne Marathon Festival. How's the calf? Ooh. Well, it's not terrible. It's not great, but it's runnable. You can certainly still feel some tightness in there, but it's not as bad as what it was just over 3k. Not as bad as what it was 6 days ago. So it's not too bad. But obviously I can tick off the next 2k and then see how it feels after I cool down, because that's going to be the real test. I can definitely feel it. What's up, Annie? What up, mate?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, mate.
Oh, you channel?
Are you from here or somewhere else?
Ah, from Melbourne.
Oh, okay. Yep. Is this your home park run?
Nah. But just coming just for the vibes. You running the marathon or half?
Just a half, I hope.
Yeah.
Depends on this thing.
Yeah.
So,
Get through it.
yes, yeah.
Yes, mate.
See how it cools down. Good luck tomorrow, mate.
You too.
So nice for people to say good day here at Park Run. Nice to meet you all. Thanks for taking the time to come and say good day. Alright guys, the GoPro battery has gone flat, even though it says it's got 33% charge left in it. Finished Princess, no I haven't, I have finished Parkville Park Run here at Princess Stadium, or Princess Park it used to be called. I think it's now called Optus Oval, that's there behind me. Just under 30 minutes for Park Run today, but after I spoke to you out there on the run, talking about the calf, it tightened up quite noticeably, and yeah, it was probably as bad as it was during that long run last Sunday, so 6 days ago. So with that in mind, I think I'll be pulling the pin from the half marathon tomorrow here at the Melbourne Marathon Festival. It's just not worth it. I'm just going to do more damage if I run on this calf at the moment. Obviously there must be something a little bit more going on in there other than just that tightness. Maybe there's a little bit of a tear or even just a little bit of a strain. So the best thing to do now is just to rest up, get it right, rehab it, take some time off running, and yeah, just let everything settle down. I don't think I have really recovered, or the body hasn't really recovered well enough after Sydney. If you remember, I pulled up after Sydney with some very tight Achilles and calves, and I think it's just a flow on from that, even though I had that week off in Vietnam and only been running like 50-55 kilometers over the past sort of 3 or 4 weeks. The body just yeah, hasn't bounced back very well. and trying to run through a bit of a niggle is not the most smartest thing to do, especially as I'm getting a bit older. So yeah, just got to take my medicine now, rest up, get the calf right, and come back hopefully in a few weeks' time and get back into some running and look ahead to 2026. All right, I need a coffee and something to eat. Wait for Trish and Tracy and Lee to finish their park run, and then we're going to find somewhere to sit down and book in.